Hello, awesome artists. For the next 2 weeks, we are going to be working on art history pumpkins. In this picture, you can see examples of Warhol, Jackson Pollock, Calder, Matisse, and Monet. In the next picture, you can see examples of Yayoi Kusama's, George Seurat, and Lichtenstein. Of course, you can do the artist of your choice on the pumpkin of your choice. There are plenty to choose from, lots of different varieties, as I'm sure you know. When you get it, you just need to wipe it off so it's ready to be worked on for your project. I decided to do The Red Tree by Piet Mondrian, one of my favorite artists from back in the day. And I decided to use just a little pumpkin. And like I showed you before, there's just all sorts of different sizes of pumpkins and things. So it shouldn't be a problem getting something. And I'll show you how to make a pumpkin on paper if you can't use a real pumpkin. So either way will work marvelously. But I decided to draw with my Sharpie this tree. It's called the Red Tree. And obviously it's not red yet, but most of this is blue. So I just wanted to paint, I just wanted to mark the tree so I knew where to paint the blue instead of the red. The red will come second. Also, I want you to know, watercolor doesn't work so well on these. Poscas don't work so well on these. I am using acrylic, but you can use paper. You can use, well, I don't know. Let's see if we can use crayons. I don't know if we can use crayons. I'm gonna color a little bit down here. See, these are Poscas. They're not so good. But if you want that kind of look, you can also crayon. That's black on there. So that kind of works. But you can use anything. You can use little fluffy balls. You can use all sorts of different things to make your pumpkin. Okay? So now I'm going to paint the blue. There's a lot of blue in here, and I'm not really worried about making it perfect. I'm kind of trying to make it kind of so you can see the marks a little bit. So I did go through and paint all the way around it and left some of it orange because in the painting that's what it looks like. And now I'm going to start with red because this is dry. You don't want to mix your colors. And you could probably use tempera paint on your pumpkin if you have it. I did not send that home with you. But if you have it, go for it. I'm sure it will also work. So now I'm painting the red. Smaller paintbrush. That's the hard part. Once you draw it, it's hard to keep track of it. That's why I kind of like the black lines. It helps me know what I'm doing. Painted it red, and then I put these little details on there with blue, and now I have to go back with black. So I'm gonna go in with the Sharpie and just kind of follow the lines. Again, this tree lent itself to not being perfect, which is probably why I chose it. I think I'm done. Looks pretty gnarly to me. And you certainly don't have to do anything because it reminds you of Halloween. I just thought this would be a fun one to do with the gnarly tree. This is my finished red tree. And this is Piet-Mondrian's red tree. So, I am going to show you how to draw a pumpkin. It's quite simple. I'm going to use a black crayon on my white paper, and you could use pencil and then color over it. You could use Sharpie, it just whatever you want. So I'm just going to start by making an oval, and then I'm going to take and make another little half of an oval, and you can make this as big or as little as you want. And I usually like to go about 5 of them. And then I'm going to draw the stem, and then I'm going to put these little lines back here because we have to show that there's depth there, that there's the back part of the pumpkin that we don't see. This is the front and that's the back. And so that is how you draw a pumpkin. It's super duper easy. Now, I'm going to do Piet-Mondrian again, like I did on the other pumpkin. This is a painting by Piet-Mondrian. It is called Composition with Red, Yellow, Blue, and Black. Notice the squares, the rectangles. And this next one is called Victory Boogie Woogie. So I've drawn my boxes to be colors here. You do not have to do Mondrian. In fact, I would love it if you didn't. I'm giving you a list of artists that you can choose from, or you can choose your absolutely most favorite artist ever and do it and have fun with it. And made it look like a Mondrian with the red, yellow, and blue squares, which was typically what he used. And I like it better than my first one, which is this one. Different materials too. I use crayons on this, and you can use whatever materials work for you. I hope you have a great time with this and learn a little bit about art.